Double jump them in.
Okay. We're gonna
We're here. Saturday afternoon. So, just jumping right in then. Last time around, you guys had kind of solidified your plans as to what to do next. In order to do that, you received the supplies from Jerselheim that were coming in via the teleportation circle. Got that safely to the training camp with no issues there. You went on a rescue mission for a poor lost chicken.
Yeah.
Who was safely rescued thanks to some great intimidation from Phaedra and Marlowin's just sort of existence. You then returned back to Sai's house, waited a bit, and then Sai and Trev, you guys went and conversed with the fake Jarl. The conversation went well for the most part. Some agreements were made, some things were decided upon, and for the most part, everything seems on the up and up. Now, granted, you guys know some things that you probably shouldn't know, but here we are.
Says you.
Yeah, it's fair. You then returned back to Sai's house. Oh, right. The other part of that was, as part of that conversation, it was alluded to that a ship from Lathander was spotted and scuttled. You all assumed that that was the ship that you had sent, the Pearl, with Perrin guiding it to go do some scouting. Marlowin did some fancy magics with his sending stone. Was able to contact Perrin, who let you know that he is safe and he is now waiting before moving forward. There's the boy. And so we pick up with you guys going to sleep that night. Tomorrow begins the march from Break to Hasper to go and liberate Hasper from the angry blue dragon. So is there anything you'd like to do before going to sleep?
So,
not really.
Hey, Airmill, you got that bucket still? No.
one thing I did want to ask you guys, are we going to march with the army, or should we get there and scope the situation out first?
I thought we had scoped it somehow. I thought we knew that like it was like full of. How did we know it was full of kobolds?
We were told that, but we also talked to your family members who said everything was okay for now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think we were supposed to go in a little before, if I recall.
Yeah,
Well,
it's been a while since we came up with it.
What's the theoretical, like, what's the potential gain out of doing that?
I don't remember.
I mean, like, you're thinking about it now.
Like, in case we're walking into something that we aren't prepared for. Also, I mean, at some point we're gonna have to split off from the army anyways, because our goal is the dragon, not the kobolds.
Right.
I guess the real question is, at what point does that come?
Don't know.
I don't think it's bad
I
to
think
go in together.
I don't know.
I have no problem with that, honestly.
If we go in together, I think what's going to happen is our army is going to start to fight kobolds, and the dragon will come to us.
Yeah, I mean, like, it will likely be easier for us to make whatever moves we need to make with the chaotic distraction of an ongoing battle.
Right.
So I don't think that, and also, like, if we aren't there to direct these people, what will they do?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think going in together is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bright and early tomorrow, then.
Do you want to stay the night? Do you want to stay the night in Break in Sai's house, or do you want to go and meet with the army now? What do you want to do?
We should probably stay with the army tonight then, so we can get them going early tomorrow.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So you guys pack up. Sai, you pack up the materials that were left over. There's not much left in your house anyway.
No.
but you're able to pick up some stuff. Bundle it all together and head out. It's probably about 3:30, 4 in the morning, give or take. So the streets are very, very quiet. But you're able to safely make your way down there, no issues. Let into the camp, no issues, and are given bedrolls and cots to sleep the night. Arthur is with you. He is currently traveling with you in his person form. He is refusing to go chicken for a bit for fairly obvious reasons.
Smart.
Night passes without much issue. You wake up a handful of hours later, just after the sun goes up. The camp has been marshaling itself for the most part. You had given them the word yesterday that today is the march, so they have been kind of preparing and whatnot, breaking things down, but at the same time operating independently enough from you to give you guys some proper fucking rest.
Nice. Appreciate it.
Those of you, Marleman, you're a little tired. You do need to sleep a little bit more, but you're not too bad. The breaking down the camp goes very, very easily. There is an air of anticipation and relative worry in the air. Everything that was just sort of theoretical beforehand is now becoming very, very real. But for the most part, everything seems to be going well. You see Ducky at various instances kind of lightly barking commands, not like shittily, but mostly just in the like, hey, let's make sure we actually gather everything correctly and package everything correctly so nothing breaks sort of way.
People seem to be respecting him when he barks commands.
Those that know better know, but those that don't are giving him a certain amount of respect.
Nice.
And it takes probably about, from the time you wake up, eat breakfast, and are ready to go, it takes about an hour. And in the course of that hour, just observing camp, things are very well broken down. Of course, the log walls and whatnot, they can't go with you, but the tents are packed and stowed, carts are packed and stowed. Everything is good to go. As this is all beginning to wrap and the army that itself is beginning to marshal, Brooks actually comes and finds you, Sai, and says, hey, just so you know, I think they want to hear from you guys. Just something to get them going. Settle some nerves, if that makes sense.
In that case, before we head out, marshal everybody into formation, and we'll get ready to say something to them. We'll address them.
All right.
Azure.
Understood.
Before we go any further, can everybody hear me? I just needed to put headphones in. Okay.
He runs and kind of gets everyone together. He and the other four kind of assemble the companies into themselves and kind of turn towards the small stage that you guys had stood on before. Just ceremonially, almost.
While they're doing that, anybody feel particularly invested in addressing the crowd?
Nyx just fades away.
Not I.
Don't all
Even
jump at
I'm
once.
smart enough to know not to do that.
Okay, I will.
I can stand next to you if you want. Be like,
yeah, we're all going to be up there. Yeah.
So I can add something if you need me to, but I think that you're probably the best suited for this.
That's
Nick,
fair.
you actually have to say something.
Whoa,
It's her home.
whoa. I can stand there and be a gnome, and that's good support.
I will.
Just gnoming.
If you're okay with it, I will allude to that this is personal for us as well as them.
Yes, that is.
Okay.
You know,
That's good. All right, I can do that.
I'll stand there too to be an elf.
You're all standing there. Let's
Good.
be clear. I'm not doing this myself.
Supported by
One of
nature.
us needs to be.
Yeah.
Is
Alright.
one of us just not going to be standing there so as to make sure that the contrast is noticed between all these people that are?
do we have any
No,
overlapping
we
races?
have to stand together.
the world.
No.
I don't think we do. I think we are a diverse.
I mean, the closest is a half elf and a human and an elf, but
So between
technically
all of
it's
you,
up to us.
like,
I guess I'm the worst.
Mommy, daddy.
what does the worst mean in this context?
Yeah, seriously.
Human?
What makes human worst?
You know,
I mean,
human world.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you guys have like the progression in the party. You have boring, normal, 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 scary, somehow scarier.
Yeah, weird how that works.
Mhm.
But all right, so you all stand up on the stage and kind of turn. All the companies are looking in your direction, kind of eyes on. Sai, you addressed these folks before, but that was different. You know, everything was kind of this is just under 500 people who are looking to you for a lot of leadership in this moment.
Yep. I mean, the first time we came in here, I essentially set one of them up to get their ass whipped to make a point.
True.
That was
great.
rad. I supported it.
You did the ass whipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you did. All right. So, from the time that we've been working with them, like it's gotten to the point where they understand. All right, we're not just gonna like throw them to the wolves. We're gonna lead them.
Yeah, it's been 2 full days of you guys, you know, really sort of cementing that idea.
Plus, giving them new equipment and food.
Yeah.
Okay. And most of them are conscripts.
It's
Old soldiers.
I would say of the let's round it to 500 just because I don't want to do the math of losing and gaining spearmen. Of the 500 or so, maybe 110 are trained soldiers.
Okay. All right.
You know, between the cavalry and the 60 spear folks that you had gotten.
I will begin the address by saying, soldiers of Break. Let them know where they stand. You all are here for the same purpose as we are. That is to protect our homes, our families, and our loved ones. What we ask of you is difficult, but we will be there facing the enemy beside you. We have our own reasons for doing this, true, but we will be there to support you. You all have trained, you all are equipped, and we believe in you. Now, believe in us, and we'll get through this together. What do you say?
Marleman in the background goes, yeah!
On the stage.
Sai, make a
I knew this was coming.
not persuasion.
Performance?
Performance?
This might be
Just
I would
a
say-
straight charisma check,
Okay, well, that's...
which I believe you now have advantage on.
I do. And I get +5 in it, so... Because it's not persuasion. Oh,
Uh-oh.
7 + 5, 12.
Whoa!
Damn it. I have never been rooting
Might-
for more for just a solid fucking natural
Fuck
one.
me.
Like, just rip a massive fart while trying to be like motivational or something.
Well, like, if I had persuasion, I'd be, like, it would be awesome.
Wait, you had advantage. What did you roll on the die?
6 and a 7.
All right. There is a cheer. It's not the most robust or confident cheer, but there is certainly a cheer.
There's at least one dude in the back who is fucking living it. Just,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that fucking Twitter video of the guy on the balcony and then 3 people down in the
yeah.
And with that, you know, the march kind of begins. Perhaps not with the strongest foot,
Great start.
but it's something. The first 6 to 7 hours of the march goes without a hitch. Carts are holding up. Everyone is moving with purpose and with kind of focus. You guys, I assume, are moving at the head of the column with the rest of the commanding officers. So,
but I did want to say, the whole time that we're going, we have both the cavalry and the archers on scouting duty, watching out for trouble.
Of course, there's the main column of infantrymen and spearfolk. The archers, for the most part, most of them are still as part of the column, but there are definitely some that have been selected out as scouts to kind of hang around. The cavalry, for the most part, is not scattered, but just sort of operating at other duties. It'd be hard to keep the horses kind of together with a slow-moving people column, so they're taking shifts of galloping forward, of kind of just making sure that everything is staying relatively well. You can only march, though, for 6 to 7 hours, and the pace is much slower than you guys would traditionally, so that takes some getting used to, at least for the party itself. But the first day passes basically without incident. Camp is made, tents are drawn. You're probably maybe 15 to 20 miles outside break at this point. You made pretty solid progress. It's still going to take a couple of days, of course, to get to where you're going, but you feel pretty good about how you've done.
Can I ask Sai if it's okay for me to go as well, as a kind of scouting person?
Absolutely.
Coming days.
Absolutely, man. I would love for you to. And actually, I'd probably ask Nick as well if she'd feel comfortable with it, because she's probably one of the more less noticeable, but also best spotting at others. Am I right in that?
Do you mean my passive perception?
Yeah. Yes.
So sure, Nick's Armel, you guys can scout as you see fit. When you choose to do so, just let me know so I can kind of make that happen.
I would probably go with the archers and say send me out on a lot of these because I don't need to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And especially because you can run miles and miles ahead of what these folks can, especially if you bird form it up.
Right.
So you get some great perspective. The things you notice is that, with the winter months kind of coming in, you would expect the ground to be pretty hard and things to be pretty gray. But the area around Break that used to be farmland and whatnot is barren, truly barren. The ground is hard. It is any shrubbery or any sort of growth is very short. Through a combination of working the land for generations, but also whatever blight is currently going on, it is unpleasant kind of territory. You do pass a few still operating farms as you guys march. They're very small. The fields are relatively barren right now as well. The last harvest probably came in maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago at this point. So it's a lot of, farmers tending fields for next season, less kind of focused on what's going on right now.
Right.
But yeah, nothing exciting on that first day for the most part. Once you guys do make camp and kind of settle in for the night, the cartographer, Marleman, that you had spoken to briefly, you spot her kind of wandering around camp a little bit. And when she sees you, she runs over to you and goes, hi. I know you guys have mentioned that you're interested in maps and like maps.
Yeah. I mean, for the record, is the whole party with us?
It's up to you.
I mean, I would assume so.
Sure.
These are my compatriots.
Hello.
Some of them may or may not be interested, but I certainly was.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm very interested.
Especially that one there, and I point over at Phaedra.
She is intimidated by your presence.
That's fair.
And she kind of wilts a bit. She goes,
Is it
"Hi."
noticeable? Like,
Yes.
That I lean in and I'm like, she's really a soft one. Don't worry. Like she's a friend.
Phaedra is used to something like this.
Yeah, this is not a problem.
Not
I'm trying to make it better for you, okay? I'm trying to make them feel a little more comfortable.
I'm not holding it against her. I'm just saying this is not uncommon for her.
Yeah. She gets a little bit of spine back, but not, a ton. And she says, "Well, I didn't want to tell you this while we were still by the city because I didn't want everybody to know, but I may have procured a few things from my master's shop before we had to close up and everything went bad. And I figured you might be interested in them."
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
What do you got?
She pulls out a very rough leather rucksack and pulls out from it a couple of rolled maps. One is just a very nice version of the map you've seen previously of the continent. Another is just of the city of Break. But the last one is the one that really jumps out to you. It is of the Iron Top Mountains, where you're headed right now. And more specifically, the designated mining tunnels within the mountains.
Here we go.
She says, "This was commissioned about 1.5 years ago by someone, but they never came and picked it up. I didn't think it was going to be useful, but if we're going to the foothills,
Wait,
I figured."
1.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Do you know who commissioned it?
I don't know their name, unfortunately.
Do you remember what they looked like?
They were a dwarf, red hair, green eyes, bearded. Just I don't know.
Does that sound like any particular?
No, just a.
Okay, sure. Wait a minute, isn't it rather unusual to have dwarves in Break?
1.5 years ago, it was probably a little bit more likely, but not a ton.
Okay.
And she says, especially if we're heading to the foothills, I figured that this might come in handy at some point for you guys.
Yeah, that would definitely be a big help.
What was in these mines?
They were gem mines. They were the Iron Keep the Iron Top were well known for tons and tons of gems and jewelry and all sorts of things like that.
Oh Lord!
Which explains why a dragon might have set up shop there.
Yeah, and we're told that it came from the lake right near it, right?
I
Yep.
recall, yeah.
Okay. Now, if we take a look at this map of the mines, does it show anything that would lead us to believe that them doing something with the mines led to the dragon coming awake?
You look at them. It's a very nice map, but it is relatively rough for just what it is. It's a tunnels map. It doesn't really show what's being pulled where. It doesn't really show, what were hotspots or anything like that. It just shows what was being made.
Okay.
What it does tell you is that this tunnel system, or at least the mining system that this was based on, is relatively linear, which means it was probably one of the newer mines. There's not a lot of offshoots. There's not a lot of kind of smaller paths that branch off the main one. There are a few, but for the most part, it is a long hooking J that seems to then descend further from there.
Okay.
And the terminal point, the furthest reaching, what is it? Is it a big open cavern? Is it another exit somewhere?
Right. As of when this map was drawn, it looks like it was just a flat wall. It's just a stop.
Okay. I was hoping we'd be able to use these tunnels to kind of get around and surprise the dragon, but I guess not. Or find it in its lair.
Are
an
these
ambush.
tunnels big enough that a dragon could get through?
She sort of pipes up and says, probably, depending on the size of the dragon.
It's an ancient dragon, if I
That's
recall.
probably a big motherfucker.
Probably big guy, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was like real small or
No,
big.
it's so the easiest way to describe it is that the main passage is probably about half an inch wide, which on the scale for the map itself is a fair distance.
Mhm.
That kind of narrows and tapers at various points, but for the most part maintains its same width. There are some other branching paths around it, smaller seams that may have been followed, but for the most part, those don't interconnect too much.
Okay.
Now, when we talked to the people of Hasper, were they being forced to mine at all?
They hadn't mentioned. They had just mentioned, the kobolds coming through and kind of clearing out any valuable goods.
Oh, that actually might be where the kobolds are from. I forgot about that might be where the kobolds came from, because they live underground.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time we actually checked in with Hasper?
A couple days ago,
Yeah.
3 or 4 days ago.
You guys, Emily, do you want to check in with your family?
I can. Is there something in particular you want to know?
Well, I don't know. I just any updates on what the situation there is would be good.
I think I use Phaedra for the contact with them.
Mhm. Yep, I can send a message. So what do you want me to ask?
So you can send a message to my aunt and just let her know that we're coming and we have help, and we just want to know how they're doing and if there's any updates, anything we should know.
Okay. What's her name?
I don't remember. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna have to scroll so far back.
I'll just assume, like, I'll say, like, a name and then...
Auntie.
I'll pull it up.
I'm pulling. It's just gonna take a minute. We'll see who gets there first.
And they're off.
Sorry about that. Brina had food delivered.
No.
Mm,
That was the doorbell.
Letter connect.
lucky you.
Hi, Ra.
Yes, Aunt Hira.
Hira.
Yura? Okay. Okay, so I'll say, Ira, this is Nix's friend. We are coming with a
Help.
With help. Yeah, I was trying to think of a word for like force, like a fighting force. We're coming with help. Is there any update, or do you need anything specific?
The response you get back is no real change, though kobolds seem more energetic. Tea would be great. Also, little cakes. Kids are also restless. Is Nyx hungry?
I will relay all that to Nix.
She is adorable.
She's very doting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Gary, did they send any tea with those boxes of food?
Yes, actually.
Oh, good.
We have tea. We're coming.
Tell her we have tea. Lift their spirits a little.
All right. So unchanged situation in Hasper. Just
Okay.
I don't know if the energetic kobolds mean anything to anyone else, but not to me.
Would I, because I had researched the dragon, because Heather knows things, but I'm trying to know if Phaedra would know, the lifespan and how kobolds are made?
I mean, they're made in the traditional ways.
A mommy kobold and a daddy kobold.
Like,
Very much.
living with like a dragon and like
you know that the longer kobolds hang around their draconic master, or the longer they are under the rule of their draconic master, they take on more and more traits of that dragon. So it is very normal for kobolds to kind of cycle in that way. The reason that happens, unfortunately, I can't believe I have to fucking talk about the fuck cycle of kobolds.
Yeah. Hold on.
Have to is really a strong word here.
Yeah. Also, talk slower.
Sorry. Kobolds themselves.
Hold on. I got to get some background music going.
We cue up that Barry.
That's not what I was going with.
Kobolds themselves can live for over 100 years, if not 150 years in stasis, because kobolds can hibernate. Along that same line, kobolds themselves do lay eggs. They take about 60 days of incubation after fertilization of said eggs to pop into a baby kobold, and a kobold themselves come of age usually around the 6 or 7 years old.
Long adult.
And they
Okay.
start snapping stuff. You know.
All right. Okay.
How long has
Was Heather wrong about kobold information?
No, because I ran a Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign, and they said kobolds only live for 10 days.
Oh no!
Oh,
They produce very quickly, but
I mean that might be the life expectancy. And
yeah, that is much probably closer to the life expectancy of a kobold.
okay. Maybe it was just in that particular version of it.
Maybe, but yes, kobolds can live usually around 50 years, up to around 130 if they're in hibernation at any point in time. They're cold-blooded, so they can just sort of shut down and freeze up.
Okay.
Kobolds, they're fun. But yes, the thing about kobolds is that because it is a relatively short time period between laying of egg and incubation to like child, you can see pretty dramatic changes within their evolutionary pattern very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
it also means their numbers expand exponentially.
Oh yes. There's a reason they are basically gnats.
That's worrying. And how long has this dragon had control of this place?
Couple of months at this point.
Oh boy. That's worrying.
Of course. Oy.
Anyway, now that we've had a great conversation about kobold fucking,
As you do.
I guess I could lay a DM flag in the around right now that I'm not going to do, but it did just occur to me that I could do so. Which is, do kobolds have a cloaca? But I'm not going to do that.
You already did. Like,
I'm getting my information from somewhere else regarding the lifespan of a kobold.
calling
So
the cops.
okay.
Calling the
Remember that
cops.
part where I said talk slower? I need you to talk faster now.
All right.
Anyway, yes, that's what you know about kobolds in that way.
More than I wanted to. But
Yep.
Yeah.
There's just one really weird guy out there. So, with all that said, anything you guys would like to do in camp the first night?
how's morale?
Morale's okay. There's some early evening to later evening sparring exercises going on to keep everybody sharp. Morale right now is neutral to up.
Nice.
Okay. I'll take a stroll, just see how everyone's doing. If anybody has like minor injuries or something, we'll take care of them, and just give pep talks, see if anybody has problems or complaints, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Sure.
tell folks about what I saw when I was scouting, and that like this land is fucked because of probably something that's happening in Break.
That's
Right.
so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know. I just saw the land, and the land didn't look right. That's all I know.
Land bad.
Is it just all the same kind of barren, or is it getting better as we're leaving break?
That's a question that the DM probably can answer for me.
It is getting progressively better, but you're not sure if it's because you're getting further away from break or because you're moving somewhat northward.
Okay.
Right. But I think it'd be safe to say that I noticed something was off because of break. Right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it probably has to do with our friend, who is not our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably kind of.
Yes.
Our friend who is not our friend. Yeah. Marlon, anything you want to do that evening?
I don't think so. No. Well,
Yes.
I'm trying to think if we there was stuff I wanted to do with the thing attached to me,
Right.
but I don't know if I want to do that before we go into this battle thing. So I think I might wait and hopefully it's not going to murder me later.
Okay.
Is anybody else? I think I'm presenting this to the group because this is a serious thing also in my eyes.
I think it's a good idea to wait, though.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I'm like, I think it's probably a good idea that we don't do anything with this right now. I think this is a minor quest.
Hopefully.
Even though, for me, it's very major. But
we can also wait till we're in
it doesn't seem to be malicious at this current point, so
It's just chilling right now. So
yeah.
I think
it's
and just whack him in the back like a few times.
Does anybody okay? Does anybody have any negative thoughts about having this thing with me? Thinking that I should maybe get rid of it sooner rather than later.
I was gonna say I think Trev is probably gonna be listening to this entire thing for a while and then just let a beat pause happen and then be like, huh, like a malicious presence following you everywhere. That must
weird,
suck.
right? If anyone, I figured you would understand where I'm coming from, and maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if all I'll say from a long time of experience is to keep your wits about you, even when and especially when things are at their worst, because that's if something like this is going to strike, that is when it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful, be vigilant, and I know it's tough for you to stay in control of yourself all the time with the wild magic stuff, but do your best.
Yeah, I think that's
we'll handle it as soon as we can handle it. Because I don't want
to do anything
that would be terrible
about that yet. And I definitely don't feel like I should be drowning myself tonight either. So.
I definitely don't want that to happen.
No, definitely not.
All right, we'll wait on that.
So I think I'm going to mellow. I'm going to try to not do anything.
Phaedra, you were going to say something?
Because I didn't cast True Sight, I only have to go on what Nyx saw when she had it. Mm-hmm. So my thinking was I might cast True Sight and walk around the camp to make sure we don't have anybody sneaking through or disguised, to
Okay.
And also to kind of see what Marleman's talking about.
How much time how much time of travel do we have left?
Days.
All right, good. Then yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is reconnaissance. We can look at this.
Yeah, no. Just to forget how long True Seeing was.
An hour.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
trust me, I've become intimately familiar with True Seeing the past couple sessions.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do that. Take a look at whatever's behind Marleman, and then take a stroll around the camp just to kind of pretend like I'm keeping, just to, see if there's anything unusual.
Okay. You do so. This is your first time peering into the ethereal plane in any way. We're now up to 3 of 6 who's been in the ethereal plane. So you also see the odd kind of purple haze over everything, the almost distortion to the view of everything. Walking around camp, you see nothing operating under illusion, nothing that's kind of breaking in that way. Looking at Marleman, you see what can only be described as a black cloud that seems to hang around his shoulders. It moves when he does. It kind of rotates with him. There's no sort of bodily form to it in any sort of way. Upon looking closer and telling Marleman to sit still, this is going to get weird for a second. Upon looking closer at it and just sort of peering around it, it is certainly on the ethereal plane, so you cannot interact with it in any sort of way. You actually like kind of bat a hand through it just to be sure, and
Poke at it.
yeah. But one thing you do notice upon getting even closer and kind of looking, as close as possible, is that the distance between it and Marleman is 0. It is fully attached to him. It's not just something floating off him. It is kind of suckered onto his back, essentially.
I see. Okay.
To which I unless she's not saying this information out loud, I exclaim, "You mean like a parasite? Like it's
maybe? I've not heard of an ethereal parasite. I'll get out my sketchbook and draw it as best as I can.
Okay.
So Marleman can see what. Like,
it's just that picture of the thing that the little daughter draws from after seeing The Ring. It's just this giant,
yeah.
Yep. Like, well, there you go.
It's just scribbled black crayon.
And Nick sees it and is like, yeah, close enough.
Marleman, upon looking at this picture of yourself with your wonderful passenger that Fade draws.
Did she sketch me?
yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
drawing
assume so.
so you could, and I was drawing like quarter turn, so you can see like.
Okay. Cool.
It-
This is really good work, by the way.
Thank you.
It rings familiar. You can't place it, but you've seen something like this before.
Can I roll to try to remember?
Sure.
Make a history check.
Yeah, actually, I'm at the house now. We've been staying at the house,
Right.
but I don't have my D&D stuff, so give me a moment.
It's okay.
I have to roll on the Dungeons and Dragons dice roller.
Everyone's old friend.
D&D.com/dice/dice/dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, D&D Beyond is going to be adding in dice rolls into the.
I thought it was already in there, but okay.
I think it's in like beta form or something, or like maybe certain people. If
Yeah,
they
maybe
have,
in the encounter tool it might be in beta.
Hey, what am I rolling against? Because I'm fairly certain I rolled fairly well. I rolled a
history.
17.
History.
17 history, it's a +2.
+2, so that's a 19.
That is a 19.
Okay. Yes, but you.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
Yeah.
don't feel like you have to tell Morgan what it is, but what does Marleman now know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this.
it's
It
okay.
immediately, upon thinking about it, and finally the breakthrough comes when you just attach it to, okay, ethereal plane, black shadow, ethereal plane, black shadow. The last time you saw a black shadow in the ethereal plane was when you killed the second soul inside Perrin by beating the shit out of it on the ethereal plane.
Oh, right.
While this doesn't look exactly the same, it does look similar.
It bears a resemblance, yeah.
Yes. And what this makes you realize is that whatever this thing is has some level of sentience.
I explained this to Phaedra and whoever is in the room, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, who in the party knows who Perrin is other than recent?
I think
Everyone other than Sai, but Sai
I
met
was
him.
there.
Oh, Size
Yeah.
met him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that where we are now? Everybody kind of
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who was it? Were they all there for that experience? I forget. Okay.
You fucking dueled a soul on top of a walking mech. They were all there.
That's right. That was with. Okay. Sorry, it's been a minute. It's been a real minute for me.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so then, does anybody have any thoughts about that?
that's strange.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Does
that a
anybody
great
have something that can let me travel to the ethereal plane?
You?
me.
I don't personally.
I
you
have
don't?
I have
I do
ethereal.
not have blink anymore.
Uh,
I have etherealness.
Hold on, let me see.
I
Maybe
don't have it today, but I can have it tomorrow.
let me see what I have. Yeah, like I got rid of that a while ago.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
What's that?
this is an interesting spell.
What's that? Oh, etherealness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lasts 8 hours.
either realness.
That doesn't sound like a thing I want to do right now.
It's a 7th level transmutation spell.
Oh,
Right?
that seems like
Christ.
I don't-
Basically it'll send you into the border regions of the ethereal plane.
This spell is fascinating.
You can move in any
Yeah,
direction.
I hope you wrote something for this, kiddo. Enjoy.
I mean, technically, yes, I have, but
Awesome.
You ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane, this was what I had planned to possibly use if we were considering going into the longhouse to try to avoid some stuff.
okay.
Oh wait,
Is this a thing that we should not do today? This is a
Wait,
thing. Well,
no.
we can't do it today.
wait,
Yeah.
never mind. I can't cast it on you. I can only
Is it
cast
on-
it on. It says self, so I assume I can only cast it on myself. Oh wait, no, wait. If I cast it at 8th level, I can target up to.
yes, if you cast it at 8th level, you can do it.
Please
To both
do
of you.
not do that. You don't have to do that. It's okay.
Okay. But yes, I can cast it as my highest level spell and let 3 people go into the ethereal plane.
Nice.
Okay.
But you can't do that tonight, right? Like you have
No,
to
it
wait
would
until-
have to be tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared today.
Well, I think that's a game plan for tomorrow. We
Okay.
can take 3 people, so it would be you, me, and
It doesn't have to
No.
be me.
Oh no,
So-
it's 4 people. It's Phaedra and
4 people
3
including
others.
Phaedra.
Is it?
Or 3 people
I believe
excluding
so.
Phaedra. Okay.
No, it says
Oh no, it's 3
including-
willing. Yep, no. So yes, it's 3 total.
Okay,
So-
so
Not for
Who wants to
nothing.
come
Didn't we say that we weren't going to do this until we were not marching to war?
yeah.
Yeah, we did, and then
we did. You're right.
here we are. But well, I'm no matter what. If you guys can feel free to do this. I'm not gonna.
If you're wondering what that sound is, that's my cat scratching at the window because Dom is out on the balcony, and he's like, "Let me out!"
Silly cat. But yeah, I mean, you
I
could
suppose it can
safely you could safely do this, sleep, and then be good to go
Well-
from there. So
You mean tomorrow we could do that?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You have about 4 days of marching left before you'll reach Hasbury.
Perhaps it's not such a bad idea then?
my only concern is that I'm only able to do it to 3 people, so we wouldn't be able to take everyone.
Well, I don't think everyone should go because I
Yeah,
think
same.
that would super fuck over the army we're marching
Yeah.
with. Well,
That's
Yeah, that just seems like a bad idea in general. Like,
Yeah, why don't we wait?
and I
also,
don't.
if you return to the same
I
place,
would
that,
probably not go just because.
No, Craig. It actually
Or trick.
transmutes the body into ethereal, so they appear wherever they are standing.
so that means that they would not continue traveling with
They
us,
would.
or they would.
As long as they keep walking in the same direction, they would.
Oh,
The power of 7th and 8th level spells.
I'm just thinking about like the way that's.
That's like weird plane walking weirdness.
You're correct.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, unfortunately, every foot of movement costs an extra foot of movement when they're
Correct.
doing this, so they would be moving at half speed of our army,
Correct.
unless they were like sprinting to keep up.
Nope, it's fine. It's fine. We
Well,
can do this after.
But you can also dismiss the spell whenever you'd like to. You don't have to be in there for 8 hours.
no.
Oh.
Wait, so what are you gonna do in there? Fight this shadow and then leave?
Well, you may not need to fight it.
To quote, no, I can't quote it, but Picard once said,
Oh boy.
you should have conversation and not try to fight. So I'm going to try to talk to this thing.
All right.
I can
Even if I can't look it in the eyes.
I can
'Cause it's
see if there's other
attached to me.
spells that I can do to try to help with that. Like I can do like maybe I don't think any restoration spells is going to help on this, but
Well, you
No,
also
I-
just don't know what it is.
that's fair.
Yeah, like I think it's important to listen. What you guys want to do, I appreciate, but it's attached to me. I want to talk to it.
Okay.
I mean, because if things go bad, I mean, there's still going to be 3 of us there. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully.
So the long and short of it is that this is not happening on that first evening.
No.
No.
The
We're
Scott-
talking.
yeah.
We're talking in hypotheticals a day
Correct.
beforehand, even if we
Correct.
were going to do it that day.
Correct. So you all rest. The
I wanted to say I can like check the perimeter of the camp
sure.
because I
Totally
have
fair.
good passive perception and the sneakiness and stuff.
And there's nothing. The camp is quiet, or as quiet as a camp full of soldiers would be. The surrounding areas are dark with no signs of any scouts or anything like that. The first day passes almost completely uneventfully. Day 2. So, if you were to do this etherealness plan, do you want to do it before you start marching, during the march, or after?
I'd assume after, because then
I
that
would
way.
assume after. But
Yeah, once
I
we-
mean,
once we're-
I'm open to the idea, obviously, of doing it right now. But I am also going to try to be more responsible about this and say it's probably the wrong idea to do this right now. It seems pretty harmless. I don't know how long it's been there.
Okay.
It seems like it will wait for me.
Yeah.
Even if it is an inopportune time. But
it is so, you wait, Marleman. It's not a particularly fitful day for you. The worry is starting to get to you a little bit. But the march continues. It is on day 2 that there is the first fork in the road, one that leads kind of westward, one that continues north, which is the path that you take. Marleman and, just Marleman at this point, actually. As you are going, you do see a small kind of wooden sign kind of sunk into the mud at that crossroads. The sign that points north says Hasper among a bunch of other villages. The sign that points more westward does say Nollins, Tampy, and Bardsgate.
oh,
So if you wanted to go home, this would be the path to take, apparently.
this is not the path for me to take. I'm not going home. I would not abandon my friends. Maybe later.
But
Maybe
for the most
later,
part,
Marleman will go on a spirit quest, but not right now. He has an obligation.
built not far from that crossroads to the north is a small town that seems quite empty.
That being said, what is the mile marker on that?
Like 400 or something like that. It's
All right,
it's
that's
not close.
That's weeks. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good. Even if you were alone, it would probably take you about a week.
At least.
But for the most part, what does end up happening is to the north there is a small village that seems abandoned. It is built into the side of a river, a very kind of long and very strong river. There are a number of bridges in the town that lead over the river. The name of the town on the sign that you can tell used to be called Bridgetown because humans are clever people.
Why do we have to go to one of my places? We're boring.
but it is almost entirely abandoned. There is a small inn that looks like it is still in operation, but the any other amount of townspeople seem to be gone.
Like completely gone?
Completely gone.
No townspeople.
No townspeople.
Uh,
Does anybody else find this weird?
yeah, very. I mean, if we're still in the area of, you know, barren wasteland, and if the earth and the land around here is, you know, dead, if this is like a farming village, they probably left at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and village is even a generous kind of name for this. It's, you know, maybe 6 or 7. Yeah, it's like 6 or 7 buildings. None of them made of stone. This is this was a small town at best.
Yeah. Okay. I'll still sort of poke around and kind of
Okay.
keep an eye out.
The army marches through without incident, but you 6 kind of break off just to or Phaedra, you at least break off to kind of do some investigating.
I'm with Phaedra. I'm with her.
Just to look
Okay.
and make sure like no one's like hurt.
Okay.
I think
The house-
honestly, I think from this point on, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
but considering the fact that she is somebody who can actively just see the thing that I see when if I were to be like, hey, I need you to see this thing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with her all the time. Like that's where I'm gonna be.
Okay.
I will say, like, I'm trying to remember if is True Sight also. I'm trying to remember what level that is. Okay,
Again,
so I can have that and etherealness, so that's good to know.
I only wanted to be as like a, if something were to start being strange, perhaps you would be the one that would be near me to see it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
So,
anyone else participating in the quick kind of looking through the town?
I mean,
I will.
yeah.
Okay, let's just say everybody then for the sake of things. You poke around. The houses are not ransacked, but certainly emptied in a hurry. But there are no goods inside them whatsoever. They are very empty. The inn itself is the only 2-story building in town. There is a small kind of firelight coming out of the one window, and inside you can see the shapes of people moving around,
Oh, okay. There are people here.
or at least a person.
Should we check on them?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll poke my head in. Like,
Okay.
were they on the first floor or the second floor?
First floor. And as you kind of poke your head around the door is left slightly ajar.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a hunchback older human, tufts of white hair to either side, but completely bald at the top. Male, just sort of like fettering about, just, you know, sort of cleaning up a few things, or, you know, cleaning a few things, moving a few things, and just sort of muttering to themselves as they go. They don't seem to notice you're there.
I don't want to scare him, so I'm trying to think of the best way to like be like hello, like without like completely scaring the crap out of him.
Poke my head in. I'm probably vastly less intimidating on first sight.
That's fair. Fair enough.
All right. So Nix, you step around Phaedra and kind of head through the door and give a nice little hello. The guy or the man kind of turns around and goes, "Yes? How can I help you?"
Oh boy.
No. Oh no.
Hi, we were just passing through and we noticed that it seemed like there weren't any people here. I'm surprised that we found you. What happened here?
Everybody got rounded up and sent to break during the war.
What war?
The one going on right now, I would assume.
And they
how
were
long have they been gone?
what?
Oh, there's more of you.
Hello.
Oh, God, it's a devil lady.
Hi.
No, she's very nice. What do you mean they got rounded up though? Like, and why everyone but you?
Well, the break soldiers came through and said anybody that could carry something had to carry something. and by that they meant burdens. And by burdens, they mean killing people, I would assume.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We were just a simple farm village, people who took care of the bridges.
So they
Why are
were
there so many bridges?
conscripted?
Yeah, that sounds
That's
like
the word, conscripted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, rustlers came through town.
Okay.
Where's the yeehaw button?
Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry that this happened.
Yeah, that was not very yeehaw of them.
It's all right. I'm used to living on my own. Name's Derek.
Nice to meet you, Derek. My name's Nix.
Y'all want a meal? I only got some meal and some bread, but that's about it for me.
That's really very nice of you, but how are we staying here for the night? Is this where we're camping?
No, absolutely not.
But are we? Is this like the end?
It's only like noon, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like
I assumed this was, since this was the first thing we found, it was like
Yeah.
very early in the afternoon
I
or early in
Yeah.
the morning.
Sure. I didn't think it was, but I wasn't positive.
yeah.
I would just say,
I mean, maybe we should. I don't know.
that's really nice of you to offer what you have to share with us. But we're really just passing through. But we actually have a little bit of extra. Would you mind if we gave, I don't know, like a ration that we could give him? Like,
Sure. Yeah, you could
I
easily
don't know
do that.
what exactly that would consist of, but like we can.
Yeah.
Next to say,
Yeah.
like, if you want, like we can offer you a ration to give you a little something different to eat today.
Yeah. He accepts it kindly and says, "Oh, I really appreciate that.
You're
It's
welcome.
going to be a lot more exciting than my usual just bread and more meal."
It's
Yeah.
now more exciting than that.
Where y'all off to in such a hurry?
Hasper?
Ah, weary travelers heading to Hasper, huh?
Yes.
I've seen many people go to Hasper, but none return.
Who did you see go to Hasper?
Oh, there was a small party the other day of people going up north.
What kind of people?
Well, one was, she kind of looked like you, and she points at you, Phaedra. He says, but a little more scaly and a little pointier in the face.
So like a dragonborn?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And then they came and they took our prospectors and our gold.
Rootin' tootin' rustlers.
Okay, so a red dragonborn?
The one dragonborn? You said it was a party.
Well, I only saw the one because they shouted at me so loud that I hid inside.
Why
Not
did
to
they shout
judge
at
a
you?
dragonborn by its color, but what color is this? Was this dragon?
Well,
Red.
she was black.
Oh, black. Wait, have
Oh,
we
can I make a
Yeah.
minor illusion of the face of what's her name?
Corin.
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
and
And he goes, "Yeah, that's the one."
fuck,
Oh, uh-oh.
this just got more complicated.
are we really that surprised?
But they were coming
No.
through with some sort of prisoner. It looked like. So I had said, "Hey, y'all, why you got that guy in chains?" And then she shouted at me, so I hid.
Could you
What
do you know what the person in chains looked like?
Sure. It was a red-headed, kind of gingery, dwarfy dude.
With green eyes?
I couldn't see. He was staring at the ground. He looked a little broken.
Okay.
Huh.
What
All right.
dwarves do we know?
Well, the map maker said that the person who commissioned the map was a
Yeah.
red-haired, green-eyed dwarf. So
So it's just
possible.
Could be the map maker. Yeah.
Could be. And that would be a valuable knowledge.
That would be a valuable get.
Okay.
That's a VIP right there.
Yeah,
And they kept heading up to
very
Haskell.
important prisoner.
Yeah. Before I butted my nose into things I shouldn't have been butting my nose into, I heard them talking about needing to go and talk to a dragon, which seemed weird.
That does weird.
Don't go there for a while.
Yeah.
I don't. The gnomes don't like me very much.
Why not?
Why?
I tend to. Well, if I'm honest, I tend to frighten people when I talk to them, and I talk a little weird.
Really? Who's that?
What is?
Parliament in the background says, "Why all those humans talk like this?"
Right? That's what I tell people. But
Ain't
they
that
don't believe
right,
me. Marlon, make a performance check.
How much of an asshole is he being?
Hold
How
on,
much of an asshole is he caught being?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no. Is it a 1?
no. It's the other one.
Oh,
It's a nat 20.
He looks at you with shock and awe. So he goes, I haven't met other people from beyond the mountain in a long time. Did you grow up in Tempe too?
Well, golly, Timbuktu was my hometown.
Well, no, the name of the place is Tempe. I was seeing too in the articles.
No, it's like a restaurant. It burned down, so they made another one.
The problem is with the natural 20, even with that fuck up, he still believes you.
Can we like say that Nix is like pushing at flags like, okay, thanks for having us. You want to
Bye.
Nice to meet y'all. Please feel free to stop in again if y'all are on the way there.
oh, I will. This has been a delight.
I'm like tripping on my way out. I'm
Yeah.
just. Oh my god.
Well, okay.
Marlon
That happened.
leads into the whole group and says, "We don't really all talk like that."
Yeah, no, we know that. We've met other humans. Okay, so great.
I'm still just laughing about Tempe too.
Yeah.
Like between last week's the Bears Can Eat the Stems and this week's Tempe 2, it's just been a fantastic run.
That was gold.
So you all meet back up with the army. Anything you'd like to do?
not with the army
Sleep.
necessarily, but no.
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
The march continues for another couple of hours. The progress made today is significantly more, just simply due to getting a bit of an earlier start and already be on the road. But you can tell once camp is stopped, probably just before sunset, and camp has begun to be set up. Morale is not down. Energy is down. The kind of speed of the march for the past 2 days has definitely started to wear away at some of the folks. Meals are made, tents are set up. You guys get a new set of guards as well who kind of come through and say they're going to watch the VIP area. And you can tell both of them don't really believe in what they're saying. It's more ceremonial in the less function, more ceremony.
Like we know the people that we're guarding can totally whip our ass. So why are we here?
Entirely. And
okay.
one of them is a little overexcited to meet you, Trev.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Is he a fan?
This is gonna be good.
Has he read the comics?
He's an older human gentleman with kind of shoots of gray through his hair. And upon it being introduced to you, he introduces himself as Colton, and that he really, really respected what you did to that guy the other day. And would absolutely love to pick up a few tricks.
I could have said a lot of things to that crowd of people to get across what I'm all about, or I could have done that. And I think it worked out.
It was effective, sir. It was very effective. I'm actually, and he sort of leans in a bit to you. I'm actually a broadsword using person myself, and I could use some tips. I know you don't show it off a lot, but I've seen. He sort of nods to under your cape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Trev,
I mean,
that's me and my big dick.
I would never. So
my
I mean,
coat.
yeah, like I can just shoulder the thing off and draw it and be like, yeah, it's a little bit of an unusual weapon, I guess, but it's mine. And if there's anything I can show you, I mean, I'd be happy to help you out.
Which one do you have on you right now, by the way? Dawnbreaker or the other one?
That's actually a good question.
Would it not be both?
I mean,
I mean,
have
it could
actually
be.
both. They can. They're not both on my back at all the time. Mostly because I can just put one of them in the bag or whatever, and I can only have one of them like attached to the chain and all that kind of stuff. So I would only really be using one at once. I think the second that certain people got back involved, I think he would have switched back to the sword that isn't as connected to them.
Okay.
Because, like, it's just whenever she's more present, if he has another option, he doesn't want to.
Okay. So you swap the Dawnbreaker, so you kind of pull that out.
I don't know if he has seen this one yet, because
no,
carrying my other one.
No, and that's the thing that at first you could tell on his face he's kind of surprised about. He's just sort of like, "Oh, this is a beautiful weapon. This is, if I do say so myself, sir, this is almost angelically made."
Yes, this has been lent to me by somebody who is currently indisposed, who I've learned a great deal from. So I'm using it in his honor for now.
Gotcha. Well, I would be honored if you would show me some techniques with it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, we can take whatever. I don't know where we are, but like wherever we can go to just do a little, like, however this needs to manifest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you can take a couple of hours just sparring with this guy. The rest of you, is the ethereal planet occurring?
Marleman? This is ultimately your choice.
Sorry, I was losing ear connection here.
Ears are falling off.
No, my headsets are acting funny. Can you say that again? I'm sorry. I like lost all audio for a moment.
It's your choice of whether we're gonna cast etherealness or not. So.
Oh, I thought we were gonna wait.
Okay.
I was kind of running under the assumption that we were gonna wait because it may or may not be good or bad.
Okay. I didn't know if you.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, it is really up to you because it is the thing attached to you. Like,
yeah, but I want y'all's opinion. Like,
I don't know. Even though obviously it seems like a very threatening thing to have like a dark shadow attached to you, I just don't feel threatened by it.
Yeah, it's not an immediate threat at all.
Yeah, it seems as though whatever it is has been just chilling for a long time.
Certainly seems like it, yeah.
I mean, I guess we don't really know exactly how long, but like...
We don't know exactly, but if we're assuming...
Probably not new.
Yeah, if we're assuming it got attached like the last time we were in the ethereal plane, I think that was a while ago.
Quite some time ago.
Yeah, so I think it's been chilling a long time, if that assumption is correct.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, that's kind of been my thoughts too.
But I understand if it doesn't feel good and you don't want it there and stuff. Like,
no, I mean that's been my thoughts too. I think it's totally fine that we're fine.
Okay.
I think we can continue this quest before I face my demons.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
He says dramatically.
So we'll put a pin in that. And anything else you guys want to do with the rest of your evening?
I'm gonna do the same thing as yesterday. Seeing and looking around, making sure there's nobody infiltrating the camp.
Never the same in terms of morale.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, is there anything we could do to help, like, boost the energy? Like, I don't know if Marleman could play some tunes or something, or like.
You can try.
I can absolutely do that.
Here's Waterfall.
Well, more like
I take the necklace and I grab it.
Roll your d20s there.
I am trying to
I
get to it.
totally out the vibe at our jam session.
Oh no,
is
this
it a
can't be good.
What'd you roll?
That's not that bad. I rolled a mandolin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I think I'm playing like a. I think I'm just like totally freeforming, like a very like Italian Godfather-esque sounding like mandolin-y sound, right? But
Okay.
I'm singing about the weird guy from Bridgetown.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Okay. Oh God. Okay, that's a 17
All right.
plus some numbers, but yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
think that's probably
goes.
a high number.
You
Plus
begin. It actually ends up sounding a little bit less Italian.
Less Godfather-y,
Yeah, a little bit less Italian and a little bit more the Limerick song. As you,
John Valby.
yes, exactly. Because what happens is as you begin this, kind of these verses about this strange man from Bridgetown that you just met, picking up the tune, another person from not too far away just sort of jumps in and improvises a verse to the same kind of melody about an odd cobbler that they had met at some point in their life.
Anyone else get involved, please?
And it spreads like wildfire from there. Other instruments are brought out that kind of, and people begin to match, your rhythm and tune. Other singers sort of jump in with odd stories. You hear someone tell, sing-songingly, the story of an armorer who gypped them out of $20. You hear the story of a farmer who tried to plant their old shoes. Just strange but fun things that these people have seen in their lives. And the energy comes back to the camp in a way that even you could not have expected, Marleman. There is joy, there is laughter. Even the more surly members of the camp seem to be enjoying themselves. And things are good.
Awesome.
You done good work.
Woo!
Trev, you kind of wrap up your sparring with this gentleman. And kind of, he goes to take his leave. Anything you'd like to say, or
Best of luck. Well, actually, I guess which division are you with?
Oh, I'm an infantryman, sir.
Stay safe out there. It's going to be dangerous, but we'll get through it together.
Thank you, sir. I certainly hope so. He leaves. Your kind of senses return to you because you were sort of focused in what you were doing, and return back to where you were, and you find all of this raucous
sick jam stash.
Yeah, basically. Awesome. You see some wineskins getting passed around as well. You see Marleman with just the biggest glowing smile on his face in a way that you have not seen in a long time.
Fantastic. So this was you, huh? It
Oops.
can only have been. And I want to be so just if Marleman were here, there would be a conversation about how fucking proud I am of him doing this because he is the best. That's what I love about him.
Anything else you guys would like to do? Aramil, you're also way into this jam sesh as well. Kind of the joy of being an elf is that you also have quite a good voice, so you lend some weird stories as well, mostly of animals, but it's not fish immediately known that people know you're talking about fish. Nyx, Fader, Asai, anything you'd like to do?
I would just check around the camp and stuff before bed,
Okay.
Yeah.
The three of you kind of
the next stage journey. Yeah.
You do some patrolling. No signs of any weirdness or glamour or anything like that inside the camp itself.
Yeah.
the river is probably 10 miles or so behind you, but you can still see kind of the mild glint of it in the moonlight in the distance. It is cold, but it is quiet. It's kind of got that winter stillness to everything that makes it, eerie but not dangerous.
Mhm.
And after things die down and the camp kind of returns to some semblance of order, you all turn in for the night and get a really nice kind of long sleep in. Day 3 is where things change. You wake up in the morning and it is snowing. It is genuinely snowing. But the camp itself is even more alive than it was yesterday. Kind of the goodwill of the night before isn't being dampened even by the snow. You all pack up and begin the march kind of further northward. You pass another small village by about 10 in the morning or so, but progress is slow as this snow is coming down. It is consistent, at the very least. And by maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon, you notice a couple of things. One, progress, while it is continuing, is definitely stalling. And 2, Aramil, at some point around lunch, let's say, you had decided to take bird form just to try and get an eye in the sky to see how far you can go. Kind of beat some wings, kind of looked around and whatnot, and you realized that you have made it significantly farther than you guys have expected. You will arrive in Hasper perhaps by the end of today, even with the kind of stalled momentum. You report back to camp or report back to the column and let people in charge know. For the purposes of the map, let me grab the map because it is now above me. You have made it from here to. And I actually have to say, apologies. There.
Damn, good job, boss.
Okay.
How close are we to those mines that we're shown?
If it was a clear day, you'd be able to tell that you are well within the foothills of the mountains, or the foothills of the mountains. So probably not far. And Nix, once Aramil kind of lands and reports all of that back to you, you realize that even through the snow and kind of the crap that is going on, you're beginning to recognize things. You're beginning to, perhaps not paths you've walked before, but things that have similarities to paths you've walked before and areas that have similarities to where you've walked before. You're definitely coming closer to home. About 3, 4 in the afternoon is when progress completely stalls. Everything is snowed out, but even then, another 1 or 2 miles was taken during that time. You're probably about 10 to 15 miles outside of Hasper, which can be done, in the course of a day if you so choose. But the decision is made throughout the column that bunker down for today. Let people stop trudging through the snow, get some rest, and hope that things will be a little bit better tomorrow. Yeah. That is so that day / evening time. Camp is kind of created. Snow is moved aside to create a workable camping area. Aramil, make a perception check. As the person with the highest perception and probably the only eyes that could potentially see through a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Do your elf eyes see?
I mean, Trev would too, but Trev, white snow does not lend well to your eyes.
Yeah, no.
That's my perception. 5.
We're about to see. Plus 10.
All right. That's a 21.
Okay.
My.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. What you see as you're kind of walking around camp, probably around 5, 6 in the evening, the light has gone down in the clouds. You know, it is dark.
Mhm.
The snow is tapered off for the most part. It's just sort of pleasant now, actually. Like, if you didn't have to be outside at all times, it would be pretty.
Mhm.
But you've been in it all day, and that's not great.
Mhm.
And looking out into the kind of the distance and towards where you're going, you can begin to see, set against the backdrop of the mountains, small pinpricks of light. Small fires, maybe 10 miles away, 15 miles away, just barely on the edge of your vision. You can begin to see the lights of Hasper, or whatever is set up out there.
Right.
But as you take a moment to kind of get lost in that and sort of appreciate it, you notice something else. Hidden among the white of the snow, maybe a half mile away. Yes, Morgan? Okay. Hidden amongst the snow, maybe half a mile away, are small mounds of snow. Just sort of lumpy rounds, almost. And at first you're like, huh, weird hills, or weird tiny hills. Maybe bundles of hay, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Until you see one of them twitch and just a little bit of snow shift off them and see just a glint of blue scale set against the white backdrop.
I'm gonna go. Well, I don't know if I left the guys, but I'll go back and tell like Cy and Trev about it. You know?
Okay, you go and find them and let them know.
How many were there? Did you see?
There was like kind of a lot, but probably not that many.
That's a number.
I mean, he's not going to be able to know how many if they're all.
I mean, a ballpark would be appreciated.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's another thing: is like I saw a bunch of lights on the hill, like way from. This seems like probably the front line, like
It's like a
scouts
forward.
or something. You know? Right.
And you saw maybe 10 to 15 of them.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Not that many.
Okay. So a couple things. One, I think we should again contact Esberg, see if the situation's changed, and see if we need to like rush there tonight or if we can wait till tomorrow. But also we need to assemble the captains because we might be walking into an ambush.
Right. I don't know. It seems like these guys are just like chilling though. It doesn't. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like an ambush. Like, I don't know, just the way I saw them, like they were chilling and they kind of like shook off the snow. Like they've just been like sleeping in the snow or like just, you know, they're on post, but like kind of lazily or something, you know?
But like,
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not meant as an ambush or whatever, if they catch wind of all of us, then they may well report
Right.
back, that kind of thing.
Right. I don't know if during the night we want to like do something to these guys or like, you know.
So we think they're dragonborn?
They're kobolds for sure. Like, I saw their skin, you know, right?
Yeah. You saw scale at least.
Right. That's a safe assumption as our mill to make, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
How
it seems
big were
like,
the piles?
Like cobalt sized.
Oh, okay.
It's like definitely some advanced party, probably like, you know, guard their watch or something.
Still a problem for us though.
Yeah, problem for us. So I don't know if we want to like take them out or take them out to dinner or I don't know.
one then the other. Who knows? Like,
Right.
Hi, buddy. You can see on
You
camera.
guys are the military minds. I'm the eyes and the brain, but not the brains.
Oh Lord, that was beautiful.
It's hard to know exactly what the right move is if we don't know exactly how many there are. But I mean, obviously, if they're in league with the dragon, then they're not our friends.
Okay. I recommend we ambush them.
Right, in the night. Like,
In
I
the
feel
night.
like we go take out this, like, front guard.
And just kind of feel out the situation. And if the situation ends up being we need to take out this advanced party, then that's what we'll have to do. But I don't think there's no way, like, around them, right, or anything.
I mean, they're going to notice, like, a 500
Right?
person
Like,
army.
it's not, they're going to see it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no point in trying to be.
Yeah, so I think then we have to just go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just take care of them.
Just for the sake of it, just in case these guys are one step ahead of us, when we go do this, we should alert at least the captains so that they can be prepared for if an ambush comes in behind us when we go deal with this.
Right.
I was going to say we could maybe bring a captain or two with us because it will also give them some experience fighting kobolds.
Or, like,
I would.
Yeah.
This is too easy. I worry that they are. If a dragon has caught wind of us being on the way, anything like that, anything they may know, because I don't want to assume they know nothing.
Right.
They might. There's a very good chance that this could be us being drawn away to deal with this, and then something else attacking the main force while we are.
Yeah, I don't really.
So taking more captains with us seems like a bad idea or a risky idea in that context.
Maybe we could just
keeping the captains on alert while we are not there is my recommendation.
Yeah. Well, that's also what I wanted to tell them. Not like, hey, we're going to charge them. No, it was like, hey, we're going to deal with this. You guys need to be putting on cards and aware.
Right. Maybe we could take, like, a couple extra, like, infantry or something with us just to, like, do it as stealthily as possible or something, like, just all at once. Like, 15 of us go and just take one each and just, like, doesn't matter. We could do that ourselves, probably.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As someone who's not very stealthy,
Yeah.
I don't know if more people makes us any stealthier.
Right.
You know?
I mean, we also are approaching apparently under the cover of a snowstorm, so
Yeah.
unless
Also-
they're extremely observant, we're going to be
We're going to get the jump on them.
covered.
Hopefully.
Where did, like, were they all kind of clustered in a group, or were they, like, spread out around an area?
Clustered in a relatively small group.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can also have an earth elemental go around and behind them in case any of them try to run, they'll be intercepted. We can also, like, circle or spread out around them and hopefully get them that way. Because the thing I'm worried about is one of the kobolds running off and getting message to the dragon.
Yeah, and that is a concern.
How long can you keep the earth elemental summoned for?
1 hour.
Can it go under them?
Yes.
Yeah.
It can travel through the earth.
Can it make like a tunnel for us to go under and then?
I don't believe
I
that.
don't think
No.
they can do that. Yeah.
They
That
can't.
would be dope as hell, but
That's why I was saying, like, I think we should bring 15 people and just make sure that we get all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because if the 6 of us go and we can kill, 6 right away or potentially more right away, but, some get to leave because there's not enough of us, I don't know. I don't know if they'll get away anyways from us. I mean, like, we're fucking strong as shit.
yeah, like I'm confident we can take them if they're just kobolds.
Right.
Although I gotta say, an early victory for some of our troops would probably do a good boost of morale. So if we take some of the hunters,
Yeah, right.
those will probably be the best people it takes.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. So you gather up the captains and let them know the situation. They are completely, kind of marshal quietly. They understand the need to be ready, but also the need to let their men rest, especially if tomorrow is pop-off day.
Right.
Carter themselves volunteers to take 2 of the hunters along with you, just to operate as bows in the back, in case something runs. They said they can probably shoot down a blue coal against white snow, even in a bit of a snowstorm. And you all head out of the base or out of camp and towards where these clusters are. As I mentioned, it's about a half mile away, so it does take you some time, especially trudging through field snow.
Do we wait for nighttime or no?
Oh, it is night.
All right, good.
Yeah, the sun went down probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago now. It's not the dead of night, but it is certainly night. You all head out there. Phaedra, this is a pain in the goddamn ass. Trudging through, snow is probably up to your shins, give or take, maybe just below the knee. So it fucking sucks to move through in heavy armor.
Yep.
Nix, you get to walk on top of it. It's great. Same Trev, same Aramil. It's awesome.
And then there's just me.
Pretty.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Say again, Trev?
This is fantastic. I'm into
it. Sai, you are doing okay. Marleman, while you don't have quite the issues that Phaedra has due to heavy armor, is still robes and fucking snow and just bad.
I'm cold.
Thank you, Mark.
You get within 300 feet of these mounds, and as the whole way you've approached, you've noticed that they have not moved at all, barely even a twitch. And as you get closer and closer, you can now count that there are 12 of them. 12 of these mounds kind of set against the snow. The mounds themselves are quickly vanishing. It looks like they're being snowed on top of. So take that for what you will. But at the moment, they are still just high enough that you can tell the small indentations in the snowy plain.
All right.
Anything? The distance between them is probably about 5 feet between each mound, creating almost a pizza triangle shape pointed towards you.
Okay.
So are they sleeping?
Hard to tell.
Possibly.
That would be my guess.
Sleeping, hibernating, something like that.
Yeah, cold chilling,
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Push these guys.
I'll do the elemental to go on the far side, being guardian.
Okay. You summon up the elemental and it begins to cruise under the earth around to the far side.
Can I just confirm that this is what we think it is before we attack faceless mounds?
Okay.
How?
I saw it. It's a
I'm
cool.
like, yeah, how are we hoping to do that?
Can that be anything else? I don't know.
How much would Armil know about that? Would Armil know?
Roll a nature check.
All right. Nature,
I don't know. I'm just not really interested in making a mistake here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to the idea. It's an honest question of how. How do you intend to test it out or find out without just alerting them and awaking them and making it be a problem?
I don't know. What was the check?
Nature?
Nature, yes.
+8.
27.
I mean, there are things with blue scales all over the place in nature. There are snakes, there are fish. That's kind of the two. There are other things that have scales, but for the size of these things, for the just kind of the understanding of situation, they're definitely smaller than what a dragonborn would be, and you doubt that an actual fucking 12 dragon pod is out here in the snow. So it's probably kobolds.
It's probably kobolds.
Okay. Okay. I feel bad that they're like sleeping.
I mean, we could wait until they wake up.
Wake them up with Sunbeam,
Oh.
and then I won't feel
That
so
seems
bad.
like a
and
terrible
we'll still
idea.
have-
Because I'm pretty sure my sunbeam will alert like everyone in the entire world that we're here.
It's just the fucking ending scene of Tron
Yeah.
into the sky.
So, important question before this kicks off. Do we want to take any of them alive for questioning?
The kobolds, like, they're sentient, right?
They're
Yeah.
sentient, yeah.
So I would say yes.
Okay. Just
Sure.
second question.
We'll try to
Does
grab.
anybody speak Draconic? Because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to have to know.
No, kobolds speak common. Weirdly.
They do.
Well, then
Yeah.
we're-
I mean,
Oh.
common or even like whatever undercommon would probably suffice.
Okay. Cool. Then let's do that.
Yes, I speak Draconic as well. So
Okay.
if we
So
do, if we need
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Also, kobolds
We-
have their own language. They don't just speak Draconic.
They can
I would
Yip Yak. That's the name of the language.
I
I
would
forgot.
guarantee none of us would know that.
No, probably not.
So,
Yeah, I speak Yip Yak at a 3rd grade level.
I mean, it's
You
better
know,
than Marlon knowing exactly one word in whale. Or no,
I
Perrin
mean-
used to know exactly one
Yeah.
word in whale. That was it.
Wild Magic Surge. Who knows what the fuck languages I'm gonna get or lose?
That's fair. Yeah.
okay. So the archers, they're just gonna, if anybody tries to run, they'll just shoot to kill. But we will try to take some of them alive.
Sounds good. Okay. With that, how far away do you want to be before this kicks off?
Within striking distance, if we can, like within like, you know, like movement's range.
Yeah.
All right. So,
30 feet.
well,
Is that what you're
keep in
saying?
mind, for some of you, this is technically difficult terrain.
Or
For everybody I just listed, it is difficult terrain, namely Phaedra and Marlon.
I don't want to get too close because I'm loud as fuck.
Yeah, we can leave them behind anyways.
Yeah, I can do distance spells, so don't worry about me.
Creak, 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 creak.
Yeah, I don't want to get too close.
Oil can.
Can't hear you there, Morgan.
Can't hear me? Can you hear me? No?
Yeah,
Now
I
we can, yeah.
Morgan, can you hear us?
Oh,
Oh.
now we can't hear you at all.
Oh no, everything is.
What did you do?
No, I was saying that.
it's all gone to shit already.
I didn't hear it, but I sure saw it.
All right, we'll say within 100 feet. Just to kind of go with that while Morgan figures out his stuff. Everybody, would you please roll initiative?
Well.
Always got to be a bad roll at some point.
Oh my god.
Damn, I'm actually popping off today.
Nice.
At least somebody is.
Oh no. No.
Oh, hang on. Kobolds, 1. All right, 25 to 20.
20.
Nice. 19 to 15. 18 for Nix.
Oh, we're doing great.
Oh boy, guys. 14 to 10.
13.
Oh boy, guys.
Oh. Shit.
10 to 5.
7.
Morgan, where'd you go again?
Actually, are you?
We got a, Morgan had a 6.
I
Okay,
have
6.
a 4.
Oh.
Oh,
Got the heavy hitter.
oh, guys. All right, let me roll for the kobolds. Nope. It's cocked. That's not bad. That's really not bad. All right.
Are you looking at me or you?
Oh,
All right. Top of the order, Armel.
One
Of course.
second here.
oh, do you want me to roll for the elemental?
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm just trying to
11.
pick a spell quick.
Christ. Okay.
Are these guys monsters?
Well, yes, but what do you mean by that?
I think he means like hold person or like.
I mean, I have charm monster. That's what I'm looking for.
I would say in this specific circumstance, yes. In that for that spell.
See, it doesn't specify monster.
I cannot find my spell in Hard Codex. Fuck.
I think Earthbind is one word, maybe.
Ooh, maybe Earthbind is one word.
Marlon, can you hear us?
Yes.
We can hear you very quietly.
I know. I'm trying to fix that.
Okay. Come on, Ryan.
Sorry. The closest one I'm gonna try and Earthbind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earthbind 5e. Want to read that spell out for me?
Else you can do.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
Range 30 feet. Yep. Choose one creature. Strength saving throw. Well, it's going to be immediately fail without a roll. It is now.
I guess that's fucking useless anyways. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I was about to say this spell does not do what you think it does.
I know, it doesn't fucking matter. I have nothing to do. I'll just wait.
Okay, you're gonna hold your action until what?
I am useful.
Okay. Nyx, you're up.
Hold on. I'm also pulling up my. I used the sorcerer spellbook. I always forget, but I'm pretty. No.
Use the wizard spellbook.
It's wizard. That's the right colors. There it is. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. I'm going to cast. It's a cantrip, I believe, right? So I don't think it's called anything else. It's a cantrip, and it's called True Strike, and it's basically just gonna. It gives me insight into the target's defenses. So on my next turn, I gain advantage on my attack roll against the target.
Okay.
Concentration spell, so it'll end once I use it.
Got it. Just give me 1 second.
Is this any better?
A little bit.
For whatever reason, it just stopped working, and I've been having trouble getting it to send the right audio to the ears and also let it use the microphones in the ears.
Gotcha.
And when I turn one on, the other one turns off, and it's
Weird. Okay. Yeah, you now have advantage on a kobold.
Yes, just the one closest to me because it is on a specific one.
Yeah. It is now the kobold's turns. There's going to be a group perception check to see if they notice you're there. They do not succeed. Phaedra.
How far away am I from them?
We said about somewhere between 150 feet, up to you.
Okay, because Sacred Flame is a 60-foot range, so would that be okay?
Sure.
Since I was just trying not to be like too close that they would be able to really detect me.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, are we like? I'm kind of free action, like looking like, are we doing this? Because I'm like the first one, so.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah, I will cast Sacred Flame. Is that a single target? Yeah, they have to make a dex save.
They fail that.
So they will take 3d8 plus 4 damage of
Roll away, friend.
Huh. Gary,
Yes.
After the first two spells have gone off, have any of the kobolds moved or reacted at all?
They have not. I said there was a group perception check to see if they noticed you, and they did not.
Also, we haven't like touched them.
You said
We
what?
haven't touched them, and they haven't noticed us. So
They
I
take
think I know where you're getting at, Jay.
I do too, but I don't.
Yeah.
Know it yet.
they take 15 basic damage.
Okay. You radiantly fire a strike. Let's say the front one in the pizza pointed towards you. And you hear you see the flame connect. There is a beat pause, followed by
Okay,
as
never
this
mind.
small reptilian creature bursts out from the snow and begins to just like roll around to try and put itself out from fire. Elemental's turn.
The elemental is going to hold its attack for
Okay.
anything that tries to run past it.
Okay.
And it is positioned in between where the kobolds are now and where we presume Hasper to be.
Correct. Trev.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go try and kill some people, huh?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Literally all I've got.
Not against it.
It's nighttime, so it is dark.
Oh, very.
That's cool. So I should theoretically be able to. Actually, I don't think I can make it. Well, I don't think I can make it and attack, at least.
I think you could.
I could at least throw my weapon at one of them, which would be
Oh,
cool.
sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna get as close as I can, which I think is only 45 feet closer.
But wait, doesn't Dark Velocity double your movement?
I thought it was only 1.5 or something like that. I can't find it on this page. I'm doing a bad job. Unless they
Man.
removed it from the revised version of this thing
That would suck.
or something. Like, it's so hard to find things on Beyond sometimes when they aren't combat action.
I know. Hang on. I will.
I'm looking. I found it.
Any better?
No, it is
Yes,
an additional 30
much better.
feet. Wait, no, that's
Much
wait.
better,
Wow,
okay.
it changed a lot.
What is it now?
I gained dark vision, which I guess I don't have now until I now have it again.
No, you had it just for racial reasons.
Oh, right. So then I extended. I have now 60 feet of dark vision, and also my speed increases by only 10 feet, so it's actually only 40,
Oh, okay.
which is fine. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to throw my sword at somebody.
Yep, that's fine.
Preferably one of them that is now more visible because of things.
Sure, there is some movement among the kobolds as this screaming is now happening.
Mhm.
So you've got a pretty clear
I'm gonna
shot
try and
on.
silence the screaming one. Let's say.
Okay.
Because it's also probably the one that I can see the best.
I mean, yes, it is above the snow.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was
is
a
that better?
23 sound.
That will hit.
Cool. Now it's trying to remember
Yes,
where
it
the
sounds
hell-
better, Morgan.
Okay. For some reason, my microphone got set to 9 volume. Don't know how that happened.
I haven't used these in a bit. I have to get the
Hey,
transfer-
hey, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. I'm just gonna say you fucking kill it.
All right, cool. And then I'm gonna pull the sword back.
Okay, you do so.
And that's pretty much it, I think. Unless I can. Yeah, that's the thing that happened. Hopefully, slowing down the waking up of everybody by silencing the screaming on fire one.
Yeah, Marlman, you are up. Morgan.
Okay, I'm here. I promise. We're trying to do this stealthily.
His
Not
best-
anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean, we're trying
Huh.
to not broadcast it to like Asper, which we're not super far from. I don't think.
So a fireball would be a bad idea.
I mean, you are 10 miles away from Hasper.
Yeah.
Like you are a distance away.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just interested in them not, and like theoretically, one of them living so we can question them, and the
okay.
rest of them not making it out. That is it.
Okay.
Kill people all you want. If one of them lives, that's cool.
I'm gonna cast banishment.
Now that's an idea.
Okay. You have to step up a little bit to do that, I think.
That's fine.
What's the distance on banishment?
I am loading up the Roll20 page right now.
Got it.
How far away from them are we?
Loaded.
100, I think you said.
I said somewhere between 150 feet. It's up to you.
I'm 60 feet away from them.
Wow,
Yeah.
roll 20. Everybody's using your website.
Close as possible.
Why can't I get out of the internet? What the hell? 60 feet.
Okay.
Concentration up to 1 minute. I can send one creature that you can see to another place of existence. Target must succeed.
You'll have to pass a perception check just to be able to technically see it because it is under the snow.
Oh, good.
But it's totally possible.
Well, I rolled a nat 20 for that.
Well, okay, so yeah, you could sure as fuck see it. You can see just like the barest glint of an arm, and you're like, "Yep, got you, bitch."
You're mine.
Yep, and it has to pass a what saving throw?
Charisma.
Oh boy, that was a 5.
He definitely does not.
Bye bye, kobold. Woo.
He is banished to a harmless demi-plane.
Yep,
Good.
he's hanging out.
I
in
got our
harmless
survivor.
Sweet.
Sai, you're up.
And now I'm going to chill.
All right,
Okay.
literally.
Like, kill everyone else.
Yeah. So can I?
For real, you guys have a
up
minute
in
to kill
there?
everyone.
So,
Can you get close enough to get into melee?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
can I
hang
produce
on.
if I couldn't, I
I was about to say,
imagine
what's your speed?
30.
Yeah, then no. You're 20 feet away.
not without attacking.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
No.
I'm assuming that we're all as far away as Heather was, which was at least 60.
Yes.
So that's what I guessed based on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought
So that's fine. I will move up my 30
Okay.
and target one near the back
Okay.
and focus my Eldritch Blasts on it.
Okay. You focus for one of the ones in the back row. Roll to attack with disadvantage
With disadvantage.
because you're aiming at a pile of snow. You hope you're going to hit it, but
That's fair.
Wait, shouldn't you make him do what he did for what I did with the perception?
because there's a difference between something having half cover, which is technically what this has, when you're making an attack versus just casting a spell on it. Because
Okay.
there is no technical rule for can you see it when it comes to a spell, that's why I chose perception. But for making an
Gotcha.
attack, there's actually already a rule in place.
Got you.
Oh yeah, that's actually a fair point. What is? Sorry, I need my spell attack one. Okay, so not rolling great, but they're kobolds, so I don't think it'll matter. The first one is a 17. The second one's a 14, and the third one's a 19.
The second one does not hit, but the first two do.
So 2 Eldritch Blasts smash into it. That
Cool.
2d10 of damage. Takes 14 damage.
14 damage total.
Yes.
It is still alive, but not by much.
Ooh, these are tough kobolds.
Sure. You did paltry damage to it, and it's almost dead, but sure, we'll call them tough.
I'm used to, like, the kobolds I'm aware of are just like a stiff breeze comes along and they die.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yes,
You guys are toughened up.
I do have to pump some hit points into these, so it's not just...
It's fair. That's fair.
Anyway.
A version of this world where I have that feat that lets me attack again after I kill something.
I know. Aramil.
I can.
Oh my god, you
But
can,
it's okay.
you have cantrips, you can whack them with your stick for
Yeah.
all we care. Like,
You can turn into an animal and go and slash at him if you want.
Yeah, alright, I'll do that.
Okay, what are you turning into?
that's
Now I have to
really
look.
all I know.
This is the thing. The computer is far away and it takes a long time for me.
Gotta think about these things in between your turns, my friend.
I know. I was caught off guard. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I banish air. No, I'm only kidding.
I will say, the visual of when that kobold got banished is quite funny, because you just see a pile that was
Pile
there
of snow that just
just
goes.
suddenly... it's snow.
You know what's funny too is he's going to return smack dab in the middle of that snow.
Yep.
I'm gonna go for. Wait, I'm Circle of the Moon.
You're the same sort. You have the same subtitle as a Castlevania game. Cool.
I'm gonna go dire wolf, and let's see.
Yeah, buddy.
Feels appropriate for the snow.
It does.
There
It
you
was
go.
appropriate for that background sound too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just waiting on the website.
Sorry, a German Shepherd whose bark is way worse than her bite. Just shut up. She's a sweetheart, but she wants everyone to know she's with.
Hello, puppy.
Yeah, she's adorable. Her name's Luna.
I am running at it, and I am biting it.
Shocker.
Probably the one that's hurt.
Yes, you can do so. Actually, it would. How far is your movement as a wolf?
50.
50 feet.
You could just barely get there. So well done.
All right. I did my best. Let me roll it.
Snow.
I rolled a 14.
That will hit.
It hit?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Wait. I thought my 14 didn't hit.
No, I thought your.
Yeah, 16 to 14 and 19.
Sorry, ties go to the defender. I'm an idiot. It does not hit with 14.
Right.
Okay.
It's like, wait, what happened there? Oh, that's why.
Ooh, I switched my dice. Better than that. All right, goodbye.
Is that it? You
only
can
have
only
one
attack the
attack?
once?
You
I
can
don't know. Click on the thing. You can only attack one. Yep. First to suck.
Dire wolf. Hang on.
Yeah, I only attack one time.
I feel like that's not true. Hang on.
Not the website I want to.
Well, you have pack tactics, Ryan. The wolf has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies
Well, that's
is within 5 feet.
but that's not true,
We
unfortunately.
ain't, unfortunately.
Oh.
We all
Um,
attack from a distance.
No one's a wolf.
Yeah, none of us can run as fast as he can.
Yeah. So that's it
Wait,
for this turn.
wait.
But you're ready to go next turn.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't go to one of the back ones. I was gonna say, if he went to one of the back ones, then maybe the Earth Elemental is close enough.
Actually,
did
he did go to one of the back ones. How close did you keep the elemental to them?
It was actually set a little bit further back.
Okay, just
Intercept. Yeah, unfortunately.
cool. But you're now a wolf and ready to bite the shit out of them again next turn.
You're also a wolf in the middle of a group of kobolds. So
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going to freak the fuck out.
Yeah, it's not gonna be great. Nix.
Notice. So the one that I pointed at, is it still sleeping?
Yes.
Word. I feel so guilty. Like hitting something that's asleep. I really don't like it.
Yoke this fucker up.
Uh,
I mean,
Yeet him.
You don't technically have to.
yeah.
I have to.
These things invaded your town.
I know. All right. I stab it.
All right.
If you want to keep that one, if you want to take that one as the prisoner, we can just murder mine.
We can also have 2 prisoners.
I don't like that either.
That too, we can just have 2 prisoners.
18 kobolds as prisoners. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna witch dagger. Where's my inventory?
Which dagger?
Witch dagger.
Witch
That'd
dagger.
be an awesome name for a dagger.
It's also
I will use my dagger of venom.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I want to move a little closer, but I guess I can throw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll move like, I don't know, closer, but
Sure.
still a little bit.
There's none of your allies in the way, so you should be fine.
Oh, I have advantage.
You do have advantage.
I gave myself advantage.
Nyx is so gun shy at this point. I'm just like,
Advantage gave me a nat 20.
there you go.
it's fucking
I rolled a 6 the first time.
Oh
that is
boy.
yoked up.
Yeah, this dude's about to get fucked up. As with Trev, I'm not even going to have you roll damage because if you roll literally the lowest possible values on the die, you'll still kill it.
Okay.
Thanks, sneak attack.
Yeah, I think it's about to get destroyed.
Yeah, so that thing is just super dead.
Okay. And then I fade back in.
Yeah, you do have a second attack, don't you?
I think I can. I won't have advantage this time. But yeah, I do think I can attack again.
I'm checking. Hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. Sorry.
It's okay.
I went to the wrong page. You don't actually.
No, I don't. Okay.
No. Wild. Yep. All right. So that's Nyx. The kobolds are awake, but because technically the surprise round is still continuing due to Trev being able to silence the screamer, they are still kind of reacting and pulling themselves out of the snow. 3 of them in the back line, though, do pop up around you, Wolf Armil.
Yes.
Look at you, and with their little draconian faces, scream a bit, and then take to the sky on leathery wings. For they are not kobolds, they are Urds.
Word.
That makes more sense.
Phaedra, you are up. None of them attack or do anything like that. All of their movement is spent waking up and standing up.
But they're
Okay.
birds.
There are 3 Urds part of them.
What are birds?
Urds are they're just winged kobolds. They're not exciting.
Oh. I thought you said birds, and I was like,
no, sorry.
I just murdered the crap out of a bird.
No, Urd. URD.
So it is a kobold.
It is technically a kobold, yes. Sorry.
How far away are the Urds from me?
70 feet, if you're standing 60 feet back.
Okay. I will move 10 feet closer, I guess.
Okay.
And, sure. Okay. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on one of them, and then I'm going to summon Spiritual Weapon as my bonus action.
Okay. You sacred. What do they have to do for a dex save again?
Hang on. Yes, they have to make a dex save.
They might have actually done it. That's a 16.
What is my... Hold on, I'm trying to find what my save...
Spell save
no,
is.
17.
All right.
So they take 3d8 plus 4 damage because it's a cantrip that gains attack. Hang on 1 sec.
Nice.
Oh, okay. 18 radiant damage.
18.
Uh-huh.
One of the Urds just falls in a fiery heap out of the sky.
Okay. And then I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon. That is also 60 feet.
Okay.
And I'm just going to... I want it to look like a giant tennis racket and try and smack the other flying one.
Jesus. I mean, it can't attack yet, but okay.
Nope, I don't want them to fly. I want to try and keep them contained as best as I can.
Okay, so you summon a spiritual fly swatter that is now that is now looming next to these Urds.
Yeah, just hovering menacingly.
Okay, so I make a melee spell attack against them.
Can you? I forget this every time. Can you really summon that fucking thing and attack with it on the same turn?
Yes.
When you cast the
On the
spell,
same
you
turn
can make
that you also did the other thing?
It says when you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack.
Jesus
It
Christ!
is one of the best spells in this game.
This spell is fucking broken.
Yeah.
Wait, what level was the other spell you used?
Cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm. But because it's a cantrip that gains dice for every level I have.
Yeah.
Because it's like at this level, it's
Firebolt or
2D,
Eldritch
at
Blast
this level,
or-
it's 3D.
Oh yes, and at what level did you cast that?
Sacred Flame.
Yeah,
Spiritual weapon.
It's a cantrip.
right. But what? So you just said that Sacred Flame gains power as you.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
it gains power as you level, not what
Mhm.
level spell you're casting.
Mhm.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Shit. Yep. All right. So
Signature spell.
attack with your spiritual weapon.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh God. Christ.
That's a really,
There you
really
go.
good fly swatter.
You just turned this flying thing
Um,
into bug meal.
Okay,
Uh,
how much damage does this do? This
you
does.
should go take all of the extra bug meal from this and give it to that weird old guy.
Okay, so this does 1d8 plus 4.
So roll a die, roll a d8, double it, and add 4.
Okay, hang on. All right, so 12 plus 4, so 16.
As one Erd falls in fiery, fucking sacred fire to the ground, the other two sort of look at it, just like, and then one just and just splatters into the ground. Just cobalt jelly.
Sorry.
Christ.
Okay.
To continue on that fun witch dagger,
Yeah.
bug splatter.
Side the elemental's turn.
That was the only flying ones, right?
Yeah.
Those two.
There were
One more.
3, so there's one more.
Can we see any other ones that have been killed or hurt or whatever?
I mean, all of the other kobolds have like stood up from their little like nests.
Okay. Are they all Urds or are some of them kobolds?
Some of them are just kobolds. It looks like there were 3 Urds and the rest kobolds.
Oh, so the rest are kobolds. Okay.
Yes, you may have accidentally killed an Erd already. You don't know. They're still into the snow.
Okay. In that case, the elemental will do what it was doing before. It'll hold its action until something gets close enough for it to catch.
Okay, elemental's waiting. Trev.
Let's see. Let me remember what this exactly the stuff on the spell is. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I would like to move closer,
Okay.
and okay. So how many of them are on the? There's enough on the ground that I could get up on there and probably take care of 2 of them.
Oh yeah, totally.
Be in range with 2 of them. All right, let's do that. In fact, are there 2 within 5 feet of each other?
Oh, there are.
Fantastic. So I'm going to use Green Flame Blade, which I haven't used in a really long time.
You have it.
And I'm going to pick one of them and attack them with that.
Okay.
With that active. And that attack is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that will most certainly hit, friend.
Should I just like? So here's how it's going to go. One
is
of them
your-
is going to take the same sword damage, which is at least me rolling 7 dice. And the other one is going to take, and that one is also going to take 2d8 more fire damage. And the other one is going to take.
I think your average roll would beat a 16, so I think you're fine.
Yeah, and
One
the
of them is
second
just going to
one
slag.
is going to take. Let's see. 5th, 11th. Another 2d8 fire plus 3. So I actually should roll.
Yeah, you should roll that one.
It does. 18.
All right, both of them just completely. It's great. You guys watch Trev's sword completely bifurcate one kobold, but the green flame that then rides up around it just jumps to another one, who immediately just down.
Is there another one around me?
I mean,
Because I do
yes,
have
there
other weapons
is. Okay, just to lay things out, there's one Erd flying by a wolf. There is another regular ass kobold bleeding almost to death next to a wolf. There is a kobold that is in another dimension, and then there are 3 regular kobolds still staring at you.
All right, I would like to attack one of those other ones.
Okay,
That's a 26.
that will hit.
Can I just?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Your average damage is yes.
Yes. So yeah. There you go.
Barlowman,
Efficiency.
Barlowman, there's a flying Erd and 2 regular kobolds, and then 1 near death.
The flying one.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Well, I don't want to break concentration. I want to keep that one banished.
Fair.
So I can't really cast a spell, can I? No.
Yeah, of course you can.
As long as it's not
a
any sort
concentration
of
spell, of course you can.
Mhm.
Your Alar is strong enough that you can split your mind in 2.
Okay.
Reference for one person.
That's the wrong fucking lore, but
Huh?
that's the wrong lore. Like for the what?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I would love to build a magic system in D&D that uses that, but
It'd be interesting.
that's a project for another pandemic.
I want to do that. I'm going to throw a Chaos Bolt at the flying one.
Okay, you do that. You're also going to make a wild magic search there, motherfucker.
Fucking.
Hey.
It's been too long. It's been too long.
Am I doing? Are we attacking or no?
Yes,
to roll
you're
that
still
first?
going to attack. Yeah.
Do I need to roll the magic surge first?
Yes.
Oh fucking god.
No, you have to roll your attack first. Sorry, roll your
Yeah,
attack
oh,
first.
okay.
and then magic surge.
So it's a ranged spell attack. So that's what. Let's see here. I rolled a 16. I don't know why I rolled a 16. Does that hit? Yeah.
16 hits. Yeah.
Okay. So they take 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. 2d8. Hold on. All right, Gary, I need your help here
Okay.
because I don't have it in my hands actually. So first one was a 7.
Mhm.
Okay.
Second one is a 6.
Okay.
Let's find out what those are. 7 or 6. I'm gonna say psychic damage,
Oh boy.
which is the 7.
Okay.
So it's 7 and 6, so it's 13 plus 1d6. 13 plus 6. Alright, so he takes 18 damage.
Dead. The
18
other Erd
psychic
is
damage.
the
His
Erd-
head
the
just
other-
explodes.
yes. The other Erd is very dead
Alright, and now
as
you
this
need...
spiritual fly swatter just sort of looms. So Heather and I discovered recently, by the way, that the guy who made the 10,000 wild magic table actually updated it recently.
Oh, yeah.
So I have the updated version
Oh,
2.0.
really?
Yes.
Yeah, so like I was looking up to see what the specifics were for some of your wild magic surges from
What's
the past,
Is it V2?
and
Yeah, it's V2.
and
Oh,
some of them are
crike.
not there anymore. So I was like, oh.
Yeah,
All right,
kick like a donkey is gone, unfortunately.
Also,
Oh no, that's the best one.
Yeah, that's
All right,
pretty
so here we
good.
go. So we got first number is 4,
Yep.
9,
Yep.
2,
Yep.
0, 4, 9, 20.
Hey. Well, that doesn't matter, but that's amazing. You will see on this dead Erd from this like flash of blue energy.
I don't even
Just
have
a-
a spell book.
Just a bundle of pages just sort of cover it like a funeral mask.
Nice.
As the target acquires an exact copy of the caster's spellbook.
I don't have a spell book, Gary.
I know.
Well, now you do, or
But now you do if you wanted it.
I go and take it.
Well, let us
it's
kill
getting
the
all-
other ones
It's
first.
getting all wet.
Sigh.
Yeah, it's gonna be bloody. I
Yeah.
don't want that
All right.
shit.
I will
Oh, I meant
go
with like
to
snow. But yeah, you're right.
some of the ones that are still around and fuck them up.
Okay.
Hopefully within range of 2.
Fuck him up.
Fuck 'em
Okay.
up, Randy.
Proceed with the upfucking.
Oh, okay. So that is the first one's a natural 20.
I'm just going to say that one is dead.
Yep. Well, so 1 dies. The second one will be a 15 or 18. I'm actually 15.
15 will hit. So
So I will do.
I know your base damage. You kill it.
Yeah.
And now that's all that's left is the one kobold that is bleeding out next to this wolf and one that has been banished. Speaking of the wolf, Aramil,
Wolf.
would you like to sink your teeth into the neck of this kobold and end his suffering? As he has been suffering for a minute.
I don't hit.
You were
Did you just say I don't hit?
Yeah, I don't hit him.
okay.
So he rolled and he missed. He's not.
Oh, you do have advantage though.
Oh, I rolled.
Yeah, now that we are closer.
He is also prone.
Oh, this time I hit.
Okay, good.
Tell me
Roll
what
for
I
damage.
for hit.
Actually, don't even bother. I looked at the damage on the direwolf. You're good.
Yeah, I probably did something.
So all that's left now is a kobold that is floating harmlessly in a demiplane somewhere. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Sorry, yeah, while you guys were killing off the rest of those things, I was looking at what could happen in that wild magic table, and one of which is aggressive incontinence.
Oh,
Ordinary
no.
water brings aggressive incontinence.
I like the ordinary water is incredibly impressive to the target.
Yes, incredibly impressive is a great
like-
way to write that.
There's a lot of ways you could read that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so you now have a kobold that is floating in a harmless demiplane, but the rest are gone. What would you like to do?
They're all gone.
Yes.
I bring it back.
Okay. You guys hear a muffled under the snow. This kobold
Which-
reappears.
Can we take some rope?
Yeah,
I
can we
was like,
restrain
can I
him?
broadside it with my sword to knock it out?
Sure. Roll an attack non-lethally. I
Don't
guess.
kill it. Don't kill it.
I can choose to pull it, like, unless I basically critical it, that's an 18.
Okay. Yes, you're able to just thunk out.
Hit him with the hilt, the butt of your
Yeah.
sword.
Yes.
Okay.
You collect this kobold, I assume, from the snow, and begin to walk
Collect
back.
my spell book.
Yes, you collect your spell book, which, looking at it, you're like, huh, son of a bitch, I forgot I had that. Huh. Also,
Oh, so that's how you spell abjuration.
yeah, they're also damp with both blood and with water.
Oh my God,
I think
so
I'm definitely like taking the bloody and wet ones and kind of like trying to shake them out a little bit. Like,
It's like,
I am keeping this. I'm taking this. I'm keeping this. This is mine.
Great.
Not that I can do anything with it. It's just
Truth.
a book.
It is just a book. You guys collect your winnings, I guess, and head back towards campus.
Is there anything else in the camp that we notice?
Where these kobolds are?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. It looks like they had been perhaps a scouting party or a forwarding party or something like that, and just had stopped here.
Okay.
Nothing exciting.
I will, before we go, just kind of quickly sacred flame the corpses if there's any left, just to like kind of clean up a bit in case anything comes around here while we're back at our camp.
Okay. Yeah, you clean it all up and kind of do all that stuff. Burn the bodies, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing. They're just kobolds.
All
They
right.
just burn.
Do we like notice anything else as far as like? I mean, I guess if this was an intentionally set up thing, we wouldn't really have any way of like seeing the trail that they left coming here because it would have been snowed over. So
Exactly.
we pretty much just like have to hope that we were right.
Yeah. There's not much to really find from that. As you return to Carter and the two hunters with them, they sort of look at you guys and go, "All right, and now I understand much more the who we're dealing with here." Okay. Did you and they kind of point at you, Fader, and say,
So,
"Did you fly swatter one of them out of the sky?"
Oh, you saw that? That was cool, huh?
yes.
It was hard to miss a glittering fly swatter.
My patron works in my patron.
What was
My
that?
deity works in mysterious ways, and then I'll just walk away.
Okay.
Trying really hard to be cool, but then trudging through the snow like an idiot.
Yep.
I point to all three of them and be like, tell everybody what you saw.
Not not the trudging through
No,
the snow.
the whole battle. Yeah.
Certainly. We'll spread the word when we return to camp. And you all trudge back to camp with your kobold companion now. We'll pick up next time with what you do to this poor kobold.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh boy.
I think I've already done everything I'm going to.
Me too.